Little butt's gonna get wet. I've been fighting to keep this cucumber alive because I noticed here and here the stem was damaged and it's been sucking up a ton of water, and it finally looks like it has failed, at least from here up, but this leaf looks pretty good. So I'm thinking I'm gonna snip it here. Ugh. And hope that it'll continue growing. I don't know if once I cut that main vine open it will, but I'll see if I can't save it. But at least I have 1, 2, 3 more cucumber plants. It's just that this one was the one that was the healthiest and growing the best, so it kind of stinks to lose it. But oh, the struggles of gardening, and I don't even know what happened to it for sure. I suspect spider mites because some of the leaves that I already broke off the bottom had like the little speckles in them. But once these stems get damaged, there's really no saving them, unfortunately. I tried my best. My jalapeno plant that is most definitely not a jalapeno plant, it looks like a banana pepper. I'm guessing that is what it is now that it's gotten big enough to really be able to judge. So we'll see what these two are, because I started these from a packet of seeds and it was jalapeno seeds. So I'm like, is this one that was just a stray one-off like banana pepper seed that got put into that package, or are all of them going to be the same? But we don't have any other peppers big enough to really tell yet, so we'll see. Looks like the blight has finally spread into here. So I'm going to pluck those lower leaves and give everything a good copper fungicide spray. This is the cherry tomato, and that one is the early girl. From down here, I can't really see the Mr. Stripey, so I'll have to climb in and take a look. So I'm thinking I might have misspoken. I think I got these plants mixed up whenever I put them in, because in looking at the fruit, those are definitely bigger than cherry tomatoes. So I think this is the early girl and this one is the cherry. But either way, they both had some blight on them. So I am now going to give them a good spray with some copper fungicide. I'm gonna go ahead and treat all 7 of my tomato plants and hope we can keep this stuff at bay. saw in the burrito bowl. I have the onions and bell peppers in my new cast iron skillet, and I'm going to put black beans in with it, but I need to saute these first. I just wanted to show you my skillet really quickly. Let me get out the one I'm replacing. So first of all, whoops. So first of all, these nonstick skillets are just really not good for you for a myriad of reasons. You know, the nonstick, the chemicals that are in the nonstick, Teflon has kind of gone, you know, the way of the past, but there's still chemicals used in these nonstick surfaces that are really not good for you. They always have aluminum cores. If you scratch the surface of this, you're going to get aluminum in your food. Aluminum is a metal that is attributed to Alzheimer's disease, and it is a metal that our body is not able to get rid of. So any aluminum consumption that we have, it just builds and builds and builds and builds in the body, and you can't get rid of it. And, you know, that is how many cases of Alzheimer's happen, is just a buildup of aluminum toxin over the years. So I wanted to get rid of these skillets. I was kind of waiting for them to end their useful life, and as you can see, this one has reached a point where this is just stain stuck on. You can't get it off. The surface of the nonstick has been compromised. And then it's also got some chips right here. So it doesn't even really work. The nonstick really doesn't work anymore. So I don't use this pan that much, especially for making like pancakes and stuff, because it sticks really badly in it. So this skillet, I have an enameled cast iron Dutch oven that I use all the time for everything. I've had it for about 3 years now. I think my grandma got it for me for Christmas one year, and I love it. And I was like, you know, I wonder if I can find skillets that are made the same. And sure enough, I did. Hamilton Beach makes these. There's several out there, but I like these because of the color. I like the creamy white because the colors in my house are pink, white, and green. Or well, pink and green really, but white is always just like a neutral that kind of goes in with it. But I had this one saved, and then the 12-inch pan also saved to eventually replace my other 12-inch skillet. And this one was $44, but I saw that it had been marked down to $32 on Amazon. So I was like, it's time to go ahead and pull the trigger and buy it and then get rid of that other pan that has been compromised. And then the 12-inch one was $54, and it is currently on sale too. But I've, you know, spending each month is kind of limited, so one at a time. I've got this one replaced. I feel confident with that because I use the 10-inch more than anything else, and then I will get the 12-inch one as well, probably next month or shortly thereafter. So another thing that I want to do is the Dutch oven that I have. It is, you know, the typical like soup pot or stock pot style, but they make another one that's a little shorter and wider, so it's really like a deep skillet with a lid, and I want to get that one as well. And it's the same brand. It's Crock-Pot. It's pink, so it'll be the exact same as the other one. So I'll have a set of 2 for the Dutch ovens, a set of 2 for the skillets, and my plan, as long as these last, and according to what my experience is so far with my Dutch oven, they definitely will. If they last for the long haul, I'm keeping them for the long haul. So they are enameled cast iron, no aluminum anywhere in them. The enamel is safe. It is not like those chemical, toxic chemical. It's like a ceramic enamel. So anyhow, that is my spiel about my new cookware. So I'm going to go ahead and get this on the stove and get it sauteing. And it sounds like my cauliflower just ended, so I need to see if it's done. My rice has finished. So it's time to get that cooking and just get everything else kind of chopped and ready to all go in the bowl together. that's all there is to it. So when I'm ready to eat, I will just put the rice in a bowl, top it with this. I will put some cilantro, some sliced avocado. I have my tomatoes over there, some salsa, and eat it all up.
See, remember the beets that the deer ate off? And I really thought they were goners. They actually are sprouting new leaves. I'm really happy to see that. I know some of them I lost because they pulled them out completely, like these down here. So those won't be back, but that one looks like it's starting to sprout a little too. So maybe not all is lost. This cucumber, however, I did snip the vine and I was hoping that it would manage to survive, but this leaf is starting to look iffy too. And I had a feeling once I broke that vine open, it would probably end up being a goner, but we'll see what happens. It looks like we finally have some cucumbers forming on this one. I did just find a couple of the little striped cucumber beetles and squished them, but that's why I come out here and inspect these plants every day, because you just never know. And I check them multiple times a day, the cucumbers and the squash, because they're the ones that always end up with the bugs that harass them. So I always check and make sure if I see anything, I squish it instantly before they get a population started and start laying eggs, because once that happens, you're done for. Case in point, there's a cucumber beetle right there. They come in different shapes and sizes. The ones that I had been seeing before were the ones that were like a yellowy orange color with black spots, and these are the ones that are yellow with the black stripes. And I have seen several of them now, but I squish them every time I see them. So I'm hoping that we've gotten to them before they lay any eggs. And I will say that the
ones that are spotted, they were tearing up the leaves, and the ones that are striped, I keep seeing on the flowers. So just something to note if you're growing cucumbers as well. Look what I see right here. That is a bean starting to vine. And I'm starting to feel like a little bit of an oops is in order, because there's one growing up. It's kind of hard to see through here. But I'm gonna have to look up these black beans, because I thought they were bush beans, just like the green beans are. I've never grown them before. This is my first time. But it looks like they're probably vining beans. And if that is the case, I might have too many of them in here, and I'm gonna have to do some thinning. Oh goodness, I'm gonna have to do some looking today. It rained last night, so everything else is good. But I see some tasseling on our first bit of sweet corn. So the tricolor is still very small and taking its sweet time, pun not intended. So I think going forward, I am definitely going to stick to just the peaches and cream, because this variety is just, wow, it is taking forever. It is so far behind. These are looking great. Anyhow, now I'm gonna go and grab the hose and give these a water. I'm gonna have to come and spray these guys again with some copper fungicide later on, whenever the water has all dried out, because it rained on them after I sprayed them yesterday. But honestly, they're looking really good. They're growing and healthy, so I'm hoping I can keep the blight at bay and they'll be strong and prosperous. We're gonna have some tomatoes very soon, because we have cherries coming on there, and then we've got some early girls that are definitely getting a little bigger, so won't be long. The Mr. Stripey is the only heirloom tomato that I still have out, and honestly, I've been pretty impressed with it so far as its ability to resist the blight. To be honest, out of all of them, this is the one showing the least signs of it. So I don't know, if it does well this year, it might be the only heirloom that I continue to grow until this blight situation is over with. And also, that is the caterpillar that I found yesterday. I don't remember if I filmed that or not, but I took the leaf that it was on and popped it off. It was over in the radishes, and I just kind of set it out in the grass. Well, I just found it on the tomato now. And I don't know what kind of caterpillar it is, but I'm gonna relocate it back to where the flowers are, I think. I don't want it on my vegetables, just in case. So on the agenda for today is going to be fixing or sewing shut this tent, because now that I have some green tomatoes, and let's see, we've got another spot down here, I believe. Yeah, Emily even got in through that one. But now that we have some green tomatoes, I have to make sure the squirrels are not able to get access. So I will have to fix that too, and I'll probably do that here very shortly before I have to clock into work, and also before it gets hot. morning. Today is Juneteenth, so I am off work and I have been busy this morning filming a morning routine video, which is going to be a bonus vlog that is out on Friday, which was 2 days before this one was out. So if you're interested, go check it out. It's already live, but I do need to hop on here and do my weekly meal plan with you. So I've done that this morning, and next week I am actually off work. In banking, we are required to take a full week off every year, and our bank prefers that we do it in the summertime. My birthday is in the summer, so I always decide to take the week of my birthday off. And so for that reason, we have a little bit extra on the meal plan for next week because I am planning to make a fun little mocktail recipe, and I'm going to make some plant-based and very simple cinnamon rolls for my birthday breakfast. And the way I do that is it is a biscuit recipe that I just roll out, and I put the brown sugar and cinnamon in it, roll it up, and then cut it. So there's no yeast, no waiting for bread dough to rise, any of that kind of stuff. So it's a little bit different. It is a biscuit cinnamon roll and not like a bread cinnamon roll, but I love them and they are super easy. So I don't make them often because they are definitely not healthy. It's plant-based butter, which is basically pure oil and pure fat. And then of course, loads of sugar in it. But for a birthday breakfast, I'm more than happy to make them. So those are definitely on the plan for next week. I will put the plan up on the screen here, and as always, it will be linked down below where you can go to my blog and find it and look up the recipes, look up the plan. I will have a downloadable PDF. So all of that will be waiting for you there. But the actual meal that I am planning for next week is roasted black bean sweet potato tacos. And I think I have made those probably a few weeks back now, or at least some kind of a taco. I don't remember if this is the exact same one or not, but it just sounded really good, and it'll be easy and simple for a week when I'm off work and I want to just go and throw something together really quick. And I don't know, something about summertime and tacos just always makes me happy. So without further ado, I will get to what the plan is. So black beans, sweet potatoes, I'm gonna add corn. I don't remember seeing that on the recipe, but in the picture, there was corn in it. And I think roasted corn would be, especially like the fire roasted corn that you can get canned, would be really good in this as well. And then to top with some red onion, cilantro, avocado, salsa. So all of that in a tortilla. It's gonna be really, really yummy. And I still have loads and loads of lettuce that I need to use. I'm hoping that it will still be good by next week. So far it is. So I'll just do like a little side salad with it. And then the mocktail fruit punch I'm putting together, I will put the recipe down below, but I'm not gonna quite follow it exactly because rather than lemon juice and pineapple juice, I'm going to do like fresh lemons, and I'm going to put chunks of pineapple with the juice too, but I'll buy like the can of the chunked pineapple and just dump the whole thing in there. And then the ginger ale, I'll probably end up using the sugar-free because I think with the cinnamon rolls, it's going to be enough sugar. And then Michael always gets me a cake every year, so I'll have that too. So I don't need sugar overload on my birthday, or well, the birthday week anyway, because, and especially for me, and this is probably something I've mentioned at some point on this channel, I don't know for sure, but sugar is very addictive, and it's definitely something that I've struggled with in the past, and I still struggle with now, and I will struggle with it forever because, you know, any kind of an addictive substance, it's once you break yourself from it, you know, if you ever go back to that thing, that's why, you know, they say addicts can fall off the wagon. And it is so true. And it is just as true with food, because anytime I eat sugar, I have to consciously fight myself back into a normal, healthy pattern, because as soon as I have all of that sugar, I instantly start craving food, and it's junk food. And the funny thing is I don't even necessarily crave other sweets. I crave really fatty foods. And the evening is the worst. Like I can be fine all day long, but then in the evening, and I struggle with this kind of daily anyway, just because it's a habit thing. There is a book called Atomic Habits that is really good, and it covers a lot of this. So if you want to check that out, please do. But we get into these patterns and these routines and habits in our lives. And a lot of times things like addiction can be linked to habits. And so for me, I have this routine of every evening, once I get off work, I will eat something, hop on my walking pad, watch a show, and then after that, it's like all I do is crave food all evening, and I'm constantly wanting to go to the kitchen and get something. And I have to consciously fight myself off of that. And once I do that for a few days, I notice it kind of goes away. But I already know that as soon as I eat the sugar on the week of my birthday, all of that is going to come back. So I'm preparing myself in advance for that to happen. The way that I personally combat that is I make myself a plan. Like, I write down what I'm going to eat during the day and what time I'm going to eat it. For me, I have like this hyper organized mind, I guess. And so seeing things written down in a list really helps me focus on that one thing. And I'm able to tell myself, as soon as I, sense feeling like I need to go to the kitchen and get something to eat, look at this list. Is it time? And what am I supposed to eat? It's not time? Okay, we're forgetting about it. And somehow that works for me. Probably not gonna work for everybody, but that is just a very simple way that I'm able to manage that. And if you are someone who struggles with weight, I'm sure especially you know exactly what I'm talking about, because that is a very, very common struggle with weight loss. In fact, it's probably the most common struggle, because I think a lot of people who are trying to lose weight probably have some level of a food addiction, and that is why they have such a hard time being able to stick to a diet plan. And once they've lost the weight, it is so hard to stay in a healthy routine and so easy to fall back into those old patterns. It is a mental struggle as much as it is anything else. So yeah, Atomic Habits, read the book, because it will definitely help a lot with that. But if you are someone who is struggling with weight loss, that is kind of my recommendation, is to focus on habit and addiction as much as you focus on diet and lifestyle, because getting control of the mental aspect of that is probably more important than anything else, because if you can't break that cycle, you're not going to break the unhealthy eating cycle. So anyhow, time to stop rambling on this. I am going to go ahead and end this vlog here, so I can finish filming my morning routine. I still have to go through breakfast and a couple other things, and then today so I'm kind of dressed up a little bit because we are going out for lunch with Michael's parents, because he is off work today too. So without further ado, thank you for watching, and I will see you back here in a few days.